From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. We begin with a recap of yesterday's primary election in our region, where all locally contested races were on the Republican ballot. In Wabash County, the five-way race for Wabash County Commissioner went the way of the 21-year-old Jaden Pettyjohn, who captured 751 votes, defeating Mary Sweppy, who finished second at 461. Pettyjohn will be unopposed in November and will take the seat on the county board, currently held by Scott West, who is not seeking re-election. The closest race in Wayne County was the race for county clerk, as B.J. Townsend defeated Janet Billington by 51 votes. Townsend received 1,785 votes, Billington 1,734. Townsend faces no opposition in November. She'll replace Liz Ann Woodrow, who chose not to seek re-election. In the Republican race for county treasurer, incumbent Yvette Anderson secured a decisive victory with 2,571 votes, defeating Celeste Garrett, who received 886 votes. The Republican primary for county coroner in Wayne County saw a three-way race. Ryan Best won with just over 2,000 votes. Tom Windland received 915. Current coroner Sherry Winter garnered 634 votes. Best will be unopposed in November. In White County, current Sheriff Jordan Weiss won the Republican primary over challenger Chris Pollard, 1,980 to 1,547. Weiss has no opposition in November. In Hamilton County, incumbent Sheriff Tracy Lakin narrowly won the Republican primary, defeating challenger Jason Stewart 879 to 726. Lakin also faces no opposition in November. In Richland County, Chelsea Clark won the Republican race for Circuit Court Judge over Mark McCormick, 1182 to 743. Clark will fill the vacancy of the Honorable Ray Vaughn, as she will face no opposition in November. In Clay County, Jonathan Paprakis won the three-way race for the Republican nomination for County Board in District B. He had 115 votes. Rod Franklin, the incumbent, second at 77. John Baylor finished with 61. Paprakis faces no opposition now in November. And in Jasper County, Doug Waddell won the county board race in District 3 over Richard Lindeman, 290 to 230. Waddell faces no opposition in November. Meanwhile, there were a few questions to voters on local ballots as well. In Clay County, one question was Larkinsburg Township's proposal to prohibit the sale of alcohol. 40 people voted yes, 123 no. For the Clay County proposition to levy a special highway tax, 843 voted yes, 1,853 voted no. A question on the ballot in Alney was a non-binding referendum on whether to allow cannabis dispensaries in Alney. 648 voted no, 521 voted yes, as just over 55% said no to the issue. And in some regional races, Sarah Emery will take over as superintendent of the Regional Office of Education. In the 9-county area, Emery topped Shane Crank by a 9,395 to 4,664 vote margin. Dave Severin has won the Republican race for the 116th District State Representative. The incumbent had, with just 95% of the votes counted, had captured just under 70% of the vote, winning the primary over Angela Evans. Severin will be unopposed in November. Paul Jacobs wins the Republican nomination for 59th District State Senate seat. With 95-ish% of the votes counted, he had captured 73% of the vote, defeating challenger Stephen Versalino. Jacobs will now face Democrat Tamiko Mueller in November. In the 4th District Circuit Court judges race on the Republican ballot, it remains tight as outstanding mail-in ballots could still decide the outcome. Brenda Mathis currently holds the lead with 8,118 votes over Wesley Goiza's 8,093. That's a difference of just 25 votes. Aaron Jones third at 6946. Clay County State's Attorney Philip Givens fourth at 4775. There is no Democrat to challenge the Republican winner in November. And statewide, it will be a rematch in November for Illinois governor. Clay County farmer Darren Bailey easily won the Republican nomination. He'll challenge again incumbent J.B. Pritzker in November. Both Pritzker and Bailey celebrated their victories last night.
Illinois is less affordable because of J.B. Pritzker. Here's the truth. It's easy to support higher taxes when you never feel them. He's never worried about making payroll. He's never worried about losing his home. He's never opened a utility bill and wondered how he's going to pay it. Friends, that's not leadership. That's being ruled by the elite. Illinois doesn't need another 4 years of a governor who decrees from the top down and looks down on the people who actually make this state work. We've tried that approach for 24 years in this state under both parties. It failed. I come from a different place. I'm not a billionaire. I'm a farmer. I'm a small business owner. I've worried about making ends meet and paying the bills. I've worried about making payroll. I have felt the pressure when government makes life harder instead of easier because I've lived it. Illinois doesn't have a revenue problem. It has a leadership problem.
Illinois, thank you. Thank you for your trust and your faith in me to carry out our agenda and carry it forward as your Democratic nominee for governor. It has been a long and arduous primary season for many. But when so much is at stake, there's no time to rest. The general election begins right now.
Those two squaring off for governor. Meanwhile, in the Illinois U.S. Senate race to replace the retiring Dick Durbin, Democrat Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton will face Republican Don Tracy in November. For Attorney General, incumbent Democrat Kwame Raoul will be challenged by Republican Robert Fioretti. For Secretary of State, Democrat incumbent Alexi Giannoulias will be challenged by Republican Diane Harris. For Comptroller, Margaret Croak won the Democrat nomination and will face Brian Drew, the Republican, in November. Looking at other contested races coming in November, locally there appears to be just 4. In Wabash County, there will be a contested race for county clerk. Longtime incumbent Janet Will face Republican challenger Sean Morgan in November. In Edwards County, Republican incumbent county clerk there will face a challenge from Cheryl Quinn. In Lawrence County, there will be a race for treasurer, Democrat Billy Ralston challenging incumbent Republican Barbie Morey. In Clay County, there will be a contested race for county board in District K as Democrat incumbent David Johnson faces Republican Rachel Walker. And finally, there will be a contested race for 12th District Congress in the United States Congress in November. Republican incumbent Mike Bost will face a Democrat challenger in Julie Fortier. Elsewhere tonight, the Fairfield Parks District's plan for a new splash pad has been dealt another blow. WFIW says Mike Bridges, the project's architect out of Charleston Engineering in Olney, died unexpectedly. It was revealed at last Thursday's park board meeting. Bridges, a regular jogger, was discovered beside the road by his secretary. The loss comes on the heels of another disappointment for the project, as the district was recently denied a grant that would have helped fund the nearly $1 million endeavor. Despite the setbacks, over $500,000 has been raised through donations to support that splash pad project. Carmi police began searching 5 separate homes on search warrants Friday morning at around 5:30 a.m., leading to the arrest of 9 people. WRUL says that Chief Jason Carter reports the search warrants were obtained following an extensive drug investigation at various homes in Carmi. While 9 arrests were made, you see them there on your screen, Carmi police say that unfortunately several children were present in some of the residences where officers found illegal drugs and paraphernalia, and as a result, some of the 9 received additional charges with regards to the children being on site. Carmi police received assistance by the White County Sheriff's Department. More to come here tonight. A look at your forecast is next, including a confirmed tornado in Olney from the weekend and a little bit of sports later. We'll be right back.
New season, new ride. Steve Faulkner Automotive has F-150s with 0 down and 0% for 60 months and full-size Broncos to lease as low as $378 a month. Go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Spring is a great time for Jeeps. Get a Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing or a 2026 Jeep Wrangler. Lease for only $359 a month. Fresh pricing is waiting for you at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
How Sweet It Is, the music of James Taylor with award-winning Nashville songwriter Steve Leslie, comes to the Wabash Valley College Brubeck Theater Friday, March 27th at 7:30 p.m. as part of the Wabash Valley Arts Council Performing Arts Series. This special night, also presented in cooperation with the Wabash Valley College Foundation, will host several food trucks, music in the lobby, auctions of authentic James Taylor signed memorabilia, and more. Get your tickets now. Just scan the QR code on your screen.
Welcome back. Time to talk weather here tonight. We cleared out a few scattered showers, snow showers this morning, all clear this evening, and the warm-up is fortunately underway. We did have a tornado actually confirmed by the National Weather Service in Olney from those storms that moved through on Sunday. It was an EF0 with top sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. It tracked for about 2 miles at a 40-yard max width. No injuries, of course. The tornado was just west of Olney, sighted at the intersection of West Main and West Elm, and proceeded through town, causing areas of tree damage and fencing damage, dissipating on the east side of town. So, interesting note from the storms over the weekend. 56 degrees our high today, much warmer than it has been, but a couple degrees below normal. 29 our low this morning. As we take a look at the maps, there goes that rest of the precipitation that some of us saw in the pre-dawn hours earlier today, and a mix of clouds and clearing skies overnight, and a pretty sunny Thursday. In fact, we're going to stay dry and warm with plenty of sunshine, it looks like, over the next couple of days. A few days with a few more clouds, but we'll be dry for the foreseeable future right through Friday. Overnight lows tonight, not as cold, upper 30s to low 40s under a partly cloudy sky. And then on Thursday, warming up again, a mix of sun and clouds. High temperatures could find the 70s down, especially around Interstate 64, but mid to upper 60s for the most part. Overnight Thursday night into Friday morning, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. Overnight lows will be in the mid 40s. And look at Friday. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low to mid 70s. We could flirt with 80, in fact, as we move towards the end of the weekend. Boy, does it look great this weekend. Mid to upper 70s Saturday and Sunday. A few more clouds on Monday. A cold front passes Sunday night that could trigger an isolated shower, but the temperatures will fall, but only briefly. Back up to near 60 Tuesday, mid 60s next Wednesday. That's your forecast. We'll talk sports next.
Are you living with chronic conditions or finding it hard to manage your health at home? If you're 18 or older, have a primary care provider through Wabash General Hospital, and live in Wabash, Edwards, White, or Lawrence County, our community paramedics can help. Get support in the comfort of your home, including follow-up care, home safety and medication education, vital sign checks, disease management support, and resource connections. Our certified paramedics will work with your doctor to provide non-emergent care to keep you healthy at home. Ask your WGH primary care provider for a referral to community paramedicine.
You need to be mindful that when you're out, maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping, or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm, or after a wind event or something like that, where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
Welcome back. Not much happening on the local sports scene over the last few days with the cold weather and sports now being back outside, but things are firing back up today. Several teams in action. We'll have a look at those scores right here for you tomorrow night. That does it for us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us for election night coverage last night, too. We'll see you again tomorrow. Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Have a great night.